bit. School's graduation ceremony for 2025. I am Steve Hockert, high school principal. At this time, if you are sitting, would you please stand as Wahpeton senior Landon Dimmer will lead us in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job, Landon. You may be seated at this time.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Kaiser. I serve as the superintendent of Wahpeton Public School District. It is my privilege today to introduce the Wahpeton High School class of 2025 valedictorian and salutatorian. The 2025 valedictorian is Carson Hinsberg. And the salutatorian is Olivia Nelson. At this time, I call Olivia forward to give the salutatorian address.
When I first found out I was doing this speech, for sure, I was like, what am I going to write about? Then I got to thinking and I realized I wanted to reflect everyone's experience while making it somewhat enjoyable. So I went around asking people like, what would you want in a speech and what do you want to remember? The majority of responses right away were, I don't know, just make it good. Or please don't make it basic. So I will try my best to make it entertaining and not basic. I'm going to reflect on traits I see in our class and some funny moments too, of course. For one, our class is super competitive. We can turn anything into a competition, whether it is a sock sem or outlandish power plus sentences. Another notable attribute is our amicability. We can work with anyone and communicate with others, even if they are not our best friends. These traits can be traced back to lessons like the empathy, walking in others' shoes that we learned in elementary school. Middle school then led to lots of changes, good and bad, including COVID. But then finally we were in high school. I feel for most there were mixed emotions. Nervousness, excitement, and for some, even dread. Our freshman year started off somewhat normal, but we soon realized high school was very different from middle school. Mr. Frame's lesson that involved letting a table on fire without burning it surprised many. When we were at the Christmas show rolled around and we were comfortable again. And yet again we were shocked. Mr. McCall played a key role in the show, jumping on the folding table midway through. I remember looking around at my peers and thinking, what is going on and what are we doing here? Then the summer came and so did our new favorite activity, splattergun wars. But that was quickly outlawed. Sophomore year rolled around and we were no longer the babies of the school. We started off strong as our homecoming hero, Jackson DeVries, helped us beat the #1 seed Jamestown. Then in the winter, our girls basketball team, led by Taylor Woodward and Scout Woods, made it to state. In AP US history, we heard the musical talent of Aiden Bone when he sang Hotline Bling in front of the class. And then we were juniors. Most of us could agree it was one of the hardest years yet. We were staying strong with our homecoming football winning streak, but that's when we thought the streak was over. We were down by a lot at halftime, and many thought it was over and we had lost. We then had a mountain miracle in the end to win the game. We also had a new teacher, Mrs. Brandt. We kept a great recollection of funny and embarrassing moments in a notebook called the Quote Book. Some quotes I pulled from it include Landon Nordic stating, there was an Easter egg hunt in the library, and Owen Scoville responding, yeah, I got margarita beads, when in reality, he meant Mardi Gras beads. Or Andrew Polly stating, I got that good sniffer on me, when he realized our foreign exchange student, Marcos, had changed clothes. He also, when discussing speeding tickets, yelled at Omar Martinez, do you even know what a felony is? And after an eventful junior year, we were finally seniors. This filled everyone with lots of emotions. And yet again, some of us had Mrs. Brandt, and she continued to fill the quote book. Ava Nelson asked very seriously, why is the opening line of the national anthem, Jose, can you see? A name of the national anthem is kind of weird. And in first hour English, Mrs. Grant asked Jackson DeVries when he came back from the bathroom with beef jerky, was there beef jerky in the bathroom? Which Jackson replied, yeah, no, I found some guy with a meat stick in the hallway. So as you can see, as smart as we can be, we're also very ditzy at times. This whole year was a roller coaster of emotions, including stress, especially when we had to write our senior paper. For some, it was 12 pages long, which was very daunting. There was also some excitement, though, when our boys' basketball team, led by Jackson DeVries, Bjorn Kubla, and Trayton Mount, made it to state. This meant, for many of us, we skipped school to go, which only fueled our senioritis. Overall, there are a lot of memories to be thankful for during our high school career. This is the end of one era and the beginning of another. I know our class will do great things, and I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for all of us.
How's Wahpeton Senior High School Band under the direction of Tammy Gerger. It is an honor to welcome back one of Wahpeton High School's most accomplished alumni to speak to us today. A 1987 graduate, Sue Hesh Swenson was a three-sport athlete who led her teams to state championships in both basketball and volleyball, earning honors like Miss Basketball, Miss Volleyball, and North Dakota's Female Athlete of the Year. She continued her athletic and academic journey at the University of Nebraska, competing in both volleyball and basketball while earning a degree in exercise psychology. Sue has spent over 20 years coaching volleyball, mentoring young athletes, and serving her community. Today, she joins us from Springfield, Nebraska, where she lives with her husband Jeff and their two sons, Grant and Luke. Please join me in welcoming back Sue Hesh.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to be part of your graduate day. It's a privilege to be here. Sounds like you've had some great accomplishments and successes this year, especially sports, from what Olivia was saying. There's so many emotions and plans and preparations that go into today. Countless times in my life, I've looked back at my high school years to reflect, and I thought, if only I knew then what I know now. But it's taken my lifetime to realize and understand. Today I've been asked to speak to you about challenges. Since you were young, you have been taught, reproved, and corrected for all your training in life, for every good work set before you. Believe me when I say this series should never end. This is a lifelong process. Always learning, growing, seeking constructive comments, and being pruned for healthy growth. These are the days when you feel like you have so much time ahead of you, all kinds of experiences to have, numerous memories to make, and the various challenges that you've been through, and those challenges that lay ahead. I want to share with you 3 aims to think about when you will be presented with challenges. Keep things simple and positive. Lead yourself well with a good support team, and raise your bar high. Dream big. I want to ask you, when something bad happens, when something comes into your life that is a struggle, or someone says something that is hurtful, how do you move through your thoughts or that event or situation? Honestly, some things can be really hard and difficult to handle and work through. Believe me when I say that I can relate. Do you ask questions to understand, or do you make assumptions? I know when I do not keep those types of challenges simple or talk about what is going on with someone, my mind can create thoughts that are not true and are not encouraging for me to think about. So what do? Well, we are invited to pursue something greater than ourselves. To not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanks, instead of worry, let your questions and concerns be made known. Dear friends, students, I would like to encourage you to think this way. Whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, whatever is lovely, commendable, if there's anything excellent, anything praiseworthy, think about these things. There's a go-to passage of scripture that encourages me when I go through challenges. It is Philippians 3:12-14. These verses tell me to forget about the past, focus on what lies ahead, and keep pressing forward. So I press forward or towards the goal for the prize. which for me is my relationship with Jesus, even in the midst of struggles. Now this is where leadership comes in. Let me ask you, do you lead yourself well? Are you prepared to handle the challenges, trials, or sufferings that have or will come before you? Do you have others in your life that have supported you, encouraged you, and given you guidance? In leading yourself well, it is to your benefit to have a trustworthy support team. My encouragement to you is to keep in touch with those who have been there to positively guide you and care for you. Seek others who are outdoing, not those who keep to themselves in secrets. Be active. Be involved. See life as there is something great planned for you, because there is. You just need to pursue with confidence and faith. One of my college coaches, John Cook, he always says, raise the bar high, dream big, he likes to say. And he'd say, do not think that you've arrived. There's always more to learn. There will be challenges, trials, and sufferings along your way. Let us not question them, but seek to move through them well, not getting caught up. Keep a clear and simple mindset, figure it out, and then respond with courage, confidence, and hope. Do not talk down on yourself. Keep the bar high during tempting times. Set and pursue goals for yourself. God has gifted you with talents, skills, and abilities. Use them for good. Use them to serve others. Use them with others. And use them in an honorable way. I do not stand here today in front of you saying that I did all this perfectly, because I haven't. I have been blessed with successes, but my greatest gift has been undeserved grace. I'm not here today without challenges. The week of Christmas 2009, my life was almost taken from me due to someone rear-ending me and my sons while I was driving, waiting to turn off the street. Our sons were physically unharmed. I was taken by stretcher with a neck brace to the hospital. I suffered a terrible traumatic brain injury and other complexities. And in 2012, many thought that I would not reach 2013. 2 doctors told me by the grace of God I was not paralyzed. I've had cancer 3 times. I am now cancer-free. My central nervous system. I like to say my central nervous system is my closest friend. And I have been rejected by my family and some friends for reasons that I'm not even sure of during the time of which I was injured. But through incredible mercy, grace, and loving kindness, my health has been restored. My heart has been changed to forgive. And relationships with my family and even friends are being healed. I truly believe there's a purpose for my life and for your life too. If only I knew then what I know now, but it's taken my lifetime to realize and understand. I am grateful for the past, for it has shaped me for my future. I'm excited for you to grow wings and strive for success, to establish goals that will give you something to work towards, to turn your challenges or sufferings into hope, to use the talents and skills you have been blessed with, and to have peace with God. For you will use your experiences in your coming years. Remember to keep things simple and positive. Lead yourself well with a good support team. And raise your bar high. Dream big. May you continue with those relationships that have been a blessing and pray for those future relationships that you will need, you'll be thankful for, and be blessed by along the way. The closest ones will be with you for a lifetime. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Sue, for your great message. The students before you at this time have met the requirements set forth by the state of North Dakota and Wahpeton Public School Board. As I call your name, please step forward to receive your diploma. Valentina Leani Arbenz. David Anson Bean. Donovan Lee Benson. Kennedy Renee Beto. Aiden Matthew Bone. Jacob Allen Branton. Alyssa Lynn Brown. Jackson Parker Carlson. Dominic James Carter. Isaac Thomas John Clark. Jameson David Cook. Trey Allen Dacre. Aaliyah Marie Dufanes. Jackson Jean DeVries. Landon Brody dinner. Ella Rose Graves. Danica Elizabeth Greger. Levi Oscar Nick Connor Hagelstrom. Olivia L. Hansen. Kylie Jean Hansey. Addison Marie Heitkamp. Harley Ashland Bigden. Jackson Dwight Hill. Miles John Hinckley. Carson Daniel Hinsberg. Jacob Ryan Hayes. Eli Sky Kappas. Christian Paul Cast. Erica Marcus Chetland. Macy Jean Kraft. Bjorn Stephen Kubler. Brelyn Kate Lucina. Leland Gerard Levery. Katerina Lobotenko. Julia Kiana Marie Lopez Lee. Arceli Elizabeth Luna. Matea Rayanne Luneberg. Braden Michael Manson. Chase Sean Marsh. Omar Shea Martinez. Trayton Noah Monk. Madison Alexa McGraw. Jaden Richard Merrick. Ashton Gregory Lee Mickelson. Hallie Megan Miller. Kinsey May Miller. Macy Isabel Miller. Maya Everly Miranowski. Jamie Lynn Mitchell. Nelson. Olivia Nicole Nelson. Isaiah Michael Newman. Sierra Dalla Numsinen. Landon Jeffrey Nordick. London Victoria Nordick. Lillian Rose Osborne Krause. Andrew Lee Pauley. Catherine Isabel Prochnow. William Henry Richards. Madison Ray Rivlin. Jesse Merlin Shear Lyman. Grace Catherine Schroeder. Andrew Ruckus Schultz. Garrett Jeffrey Schwartz. Owen Hunter Scobolt. Rylan James Smart. Jaden Mitchell Stevens. Brian Samuel Tirado. Madeline Violet Star Toledo. Colby James Urbana. Carson Jerome Bannett. Ava Lee K. Waxwell. Abby Louise Weichel. Dan Patrick Wool. Scout Kathleen Woods. Aubrey Kelly Lynn Young. Class of 2025, as you leave here today, remember, this isn't just the end of high school, it's the beginning of everything that comes next. Go forward with courage, lead with kindness, and never stop learning. The world is out there waiting for you. Seniors, we're going to end this ceremony like we have started every day since you started your freshman year. There's only one person responsible for the quality of your life, and that person is you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to introduce to you Wahpeton High School's graduating senior class 2025.